Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So there's a lot of rumors going on right now with the superstar point guard Chris Paul of the Los Angeles Clippers. Chris Paul has pretty much been one of the top point guards in the NBA since he entered the NBA, many years ago. So originally, man, it sounded like he was going to go back to the Clippers. He had interest going back to his current team. And then there were some rumors about him potentially going to the Spurs, the team up with Kawhi Leonard and LaMarcus Aldridge. And now it sounds like during free agency, he's going to go visit the Denver Nuggets and the Houston Rockets. So for this video, guys, we are going to kind of kill two birds with one stone because, I don't want to make like a billion Chris Paul videos. I already plan on doing a Spurs rebuild with him. So yeah, for this video, guys, we are going to put him on the Houston Rockets. Pretty much talk about, see if he's a good fit on there, simulate the season. And we're going to do the same thing with the Denver Nuggets. So pretty much two what-if videos put into one. If you guys do me a quick favor, man, and drop a like on this video, it really does help the channel out a lot, and I really do appreciate it, my friends. So here we go. Houston Rockets. Honestly, man, like, this fit here, I'm not gonna say it's a bad fit, but the issue I see with this team right off the bat is that James Harden and Chris Paul both need the ball in their hands to be like maximum optimally effective on the basketball court. Could Chris Paul play off ball? I'm sure he could, man. I mean, he got really good three-point shot and everything. He's always shot, in the high 30s for the most part. I mean, well, this season was kind of ass, but what happens? It happens, man. Ass seasons do happen. You can quote me on that. And Chris Paul, the bulk of his what he does on the basketball court comes with his playmaking ability. But also James Harden's the same type of player. He averaged 11 assists a game this season, also 30 points. So it's like, yeah, he could also play off ball, but really it was because that's pretty much what he did when he played for the OKC Thunder with Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. He was a six-man. He kind of played off those two guys. It wasn't until he went to the Houston Rockets, had the ball in his hands, that he really became the player that he is today. So I don't know, man. Like, I can't really see him going back to that style of play. I don't think it would work for this team. But at the same time, Chris Paul on this team, he got a lot of weapons around him. Brian Anderson can shoot. The pick and roll potential with Clint Capella is really there, man. With similar to what he does with DeAndre Jordan or Tyson Chandler back on the New Orleans Hornets at the time. Eric Gordon's out there. Lou Williams. I actually did put Eric Gordon at the small forward position because Patrick Beverley would not be on the bench, assuming he would stay on this team. Although I could see them trading him away, find a new home elsewhere, which would be fine. But at the same time, like, this is freaking nice off the bench. I'm just saying, man, this is nice off the bench. But yeah, guys, I don't know. I don't personally love this fit. I like him much more on the San Antonio Spurs. But could this still work? It's like, yeah, if you get an opportunity to get Chris Paul, you do it. But at the same time, I think Patrick Beverley is a good player to put alongside James Harden just for his defensive capabilities. And not only that, man, but they could use this money to go after a different small forward. Like, maybe go for a Gordon Hayward or, Otto Porter. I know he's restricted, but you throw enough money at him, who knows? Maybe the Wizards don't, re-sign him or anything like that. So, guys, what I'm going to do is, first off, I want to know from you guys in the comment section below, do you think this is a good fit? Do you think Chris Paul on the Houston Rockets is a good fit? At the same time, man, I'm going to go ahead and simulate the season, and we're going to see just how good this team could do. If you guys want to give your predictions before, you see what the record is, I'm going to guess this is probably a 52-win team with Chris Paul on the Houston Rockets. Oh, my God, dude, shut the front door, dog. What the hell, man? The team will go for first place. 65-16. Damn, Chris Paul on the Rockets, blasting off, dude. Jimmy Neutron style up in this bitch. I'm just saying, man. This is absolutely crazy. I definitely did not expect a mid-60 win team. I mean, they finished first place, guys, and really the whole Western Conference. They kind of choked this season. Like, not really that many spectacular teams. Rockets just freaking swept away up in here, dude. But I guess it kind of does make sense because the Rockets were third place in the Western Conference. So you add Chris Paul. If you make it work, I guess you make it work, right? So we got one more game against the San Antonio Spurs, and we get a W right there. 66-win team. Russell MVP, Lonzo Ball, Jeff Teague, Hassan Whiteside. All right, I don't see any Rockets on here. So James Harden did make All-NBA second team, and yeah, that's about it for that. I don't see Chris Paul anywhere. Let's check out these players' stats here real quick, and we got, well, James Harden averaged 23 points, 6.5 rebounds, 7.2 assists. His assists out there, not quite the 11 he averaged last season, but still, man, pretty damn good. Shooting wise, it's like, he shot 46% from three. Damn, James. And really, that does come down to, I suppose, of Chris Paul setting up James Harden for better looks. I mean, I guess maybe a big knockoff of James Harden's game is that sometimes he has the ball in his hand too much. So maybe playing off ball a little bit every now and then will be good for him. Chris Paul averaged 15 points and 8 rebounds. I mean, the steals was nice out there. But I would kind of expect more like double-digit assists. But yeah, it's like, it wasn't like Chris Paul. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was a good player for this team. Really, man, it was the bench. You know, Lou Williams, Eric Gordon off the bench like the last season, just killing it for him. Clint Capella got himself a double-double, 2.2 blocks per game. Probably fed nicely off of Chris Paul, like I was saying earlier. Ryan Anderson balled out. So, yeah, man, I mean, this team played fantastic. I don't really got much more to say about it. Like, it's not like Chris Paul averaged like 30 points and 15 assists. It's just like everybody played nicely together. The team aspect was definitely there. So let's go ahead, guys, simulate these playoffs real quick. We actually have the Denver Nuggets first round of the playoffs, the 8th seed. So let's go ahead and simulate current round, see how this goes. See if we win it all, man. Like, that would just be, I would not expect that. I'm just saying, I'm not being a hater or nothing. I don't know. Maybe you guys can give me a better reason why this team would fit nicely together. Ryan Anderson, 24 points. Yo, guys, I'm trying to think here for a second, because Eric Gordon was once on the Clippers. Was that when Chris Paul was on that team? Did those two players ever play together, or was that before his time? I really don't remember. There's the closeout game for you guys right there. Second round, we got Russell Westbrook in the OKC Thunder. And, all right, got them 4-1. 20 points for Harrell out there. James Harden, 19. Double-double for Clint Capella. 12, 8, and 5 for Chris Paul. And now we got, oh my God, we got the Golden State Warriors. What's their team looking like? Yo, look, the bitch-ass left the team. I was wondering why they weren't doing so good. All right, bitch-ass Durant did leave the team for some reason. They got Joe Ingles, who's still pretty good small forward, though. Simulate current round. Should be able to beat them. All right, got them 4-1. There's the closeout game right there for you guys. See the stats there real quick. And now we got the, wow, Milwaukee Bucks. Damn, dude. This team just beat down the Cleveland Cavaliers. Simulate current round. All right, Rocket fans. There it is for you, my friends. It looks like James Harden and Chris Paul. Looks like that duo would work out very nicely as they just won the NBA championship. Just to show you guys the playoff stats real quick. I know I don't show that all the time. Gotta start doing that. That's what it's looking like there, my friends. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go switch over to the Denver Nuggets. All right, so now we have the Denver Nuggets, guys. And this actually did kind of surprise me. I didn't really know that the Denver Nuggets was like an area that Chris Paul wanted to go to. Now, I mean, I already said, you know, the Houston Rockets wasn't a great fit, but I was proven wrong there. But at the same time, man, like, I still feel like the San Antonio Spurs is still great. But what does Chris Paul exactly add to this team? Well, he gets himself a nice little, you know, all-star center in Nikola Jokic, who's really becoming a beast in the NBA. Kind of free the lob potential there, you know, with the pick and roll is really nice there. Gallinari, assuming he re-signs, that gives him a nice three-point shooter to work with. Gary Harris is a good two-way player in the NBA, but Chris Paul gives this team veteran leadership, which really they don't have. I mean, I guess maybe Kenneth Faried somewhat is a veteran in this league. Wilson Chandler, same thing with him. But there is a lot of good weapons on this team. I just, it would definitely be an exciting team to watch with Chris Paul. As, you know, I think they had Jameer Nelson on this team last year, so it's definitely a nice big upgrade. Will Barton, he's a good scorer. You got Jamal Murray, who would learn very nicely under Chris Paul. I mean, that would just be a good fit for them right there. And I went ahead, guys, because this team does have the 13th pick in the draft, so I went to a mock draft. It showed them taking Justin Jackson, so I picked him up. Oh, he's not really going to play all that much. But yeah, man, do I love this fit? Well, I love it in the sense that it would be exciting for the Denver Nuggets. I don't love it in the fact that I don't think it gives Chris Paul the best chance to win an NBA championship. I really do think he should join a team like the Spurs or even the Houston Rockets now, man. I'm convinced. But yeah, guys, give me your opinions on Chris Paul on the Denver Nuggets in the comment section below. I'm going to go ahead, guys, and simulate this season, and we're going to see just how good this team will do and if they're a playoff team. I think they are probably at least a 6 seed. I'm going to guess 43 wins. Okay, so this team finished with a record of 46-35, one more game of the season, 4th in the Western Conference, so definitely moved up for the Denver Nuggets. Let's go ahead, guys, simulate through day against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and we finished with a W right there. So 4th, guys, that's pretty damn good in the Western Conference. I'm just going to say that real quick, man. That's really damn good. Russell Westbrook MVP. All this stuff pretty much looking somewhat the same. I don't see Chris Paul on this list. Where's he at, man? Come on, man. He got to be on this list somewhere. All right, there he is. All-NBA second team on the Denver Nuggets, and also the all-defensive second team. Let's go ahead and check out these player stats here real quick. And we have Chris Paul is the leading scorer at 22 points and about 9 assists a game, 3 steals, and 5 rebounds. So his stats is definitely looking very nice out there. Nikola Jokic, I would absolutely love to see these two players play together just because Jokic is pretty much a guard in a big man's body. That's pretty much how he plays the game of basketball these days. 17 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. Damn, dude, this dude's a beast. He's an absolute beast. You know, Wilson Chandler, 13 points. Gary Harris played nicely out there. I don't know, man. This is maybe Chris Paul is the answer to this team's problems, because it's like I'm looking at this roster, man. This is not a bad roster. It's not filled with like superstars and all that outside of Jokic, who's more of an all-star, but definitely a lot of good potential out there. So first round of the playoffs, we do have the OKC Thunder. Simulate current round, see how this goes. And Okay, we got him a 7-game, guys. 7-game series here. So here's the closeout stats. We got Gary Harris with 20 points a game. Wilson at 18. CP3, 17, 5, and 5. Look at him out. Look at him getting double-digit assists. But I guess Jokic out there is also a good passing big man. That might be easier said than done, because, like, he's gonna go, like, throw an oop to Jokic. Jokic's gonna go catch him, man, go NBA jam on these bitch asses and throw that shit back in the air for another alley-oop to somebody else. Double alley-oop play. That would be on the Sports Center for sure. All right, Houston Rockets. Probably gonna lose this, actually. You know, okay, yeah, man. See, I can't even rage at that because, honestly, Chris Paul on this team, I would see them being no more than, like, a second-round exit. You know, really, like, best-case scenario, man. Like, I was kind of surprised they were that high up in the Western Conference. But overall, man, this is still pretty nice. I would like to see Chris Paul go to a different team, as I think it would just be something different for the NBA. And overall, man, like I said, I want him on the San Antonio Spurs. I think second, Houston Rockets would be nice. But third, Denver Nuggets. It's not horrible either. He's the playoff stats, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to drop that like and subscribe if you're new to my channel. Give me your thoughts on where do you want to see Chris Paul go to. And peace out, my friends.